Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tasia, but you can also call me Tay, and welcome in. I'm so excited to have you here. So for today's video, we are finally starting my brand new island, Gardenia. It's been like a month since I finally reset and started this island, so I can't wait to get started on this theme and sharing it with you all on the channel. But firstly, can we just appreciate this 7 a.m. lighting? It is so beautiful. I love it so much. I just had to take a moment and appreciate that. But anyways, today we are going to be starting on the entrance. But before we get into it, I would greatly appreciate if you could like and subscribe. I would love to have you guys join this community that we are building here. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here is the area that we are going to be building in today. I have quite a bit of space between the airport and resident services because I like a lot of room to build my entrances because they tend to be much bigger than I expect them to be. But I'm going to be starting off with some fencing and pathing like usual. And as I do this and start planting all the trees and flowers, I kind of wanted to go over the mini backstory that I have for this island. So pretty much, my theme is a secret enchanted garden, and I want my entrance to be very tucked in and overgrown, and I want to have my resident rep's house right in the front. So my rep's house is going to act as like your grandmother's cottage, and essentially the backstory is you arrive on the island and it's as if you're visiting your grandmother who lives in the countryside, and she has a very beautiful garden and her house is surrounded by just beautiful landscaping, and on the side of her house is going to be her own garden that she keeps and grows, and somewhere near the garden there's going to be a secret gate that leads into the overall secret garden of the island. So that's kind of the idea. I hope you kind of have a little visual and you'll see it kind of develop as I build more on the island. But I'm just starting off here the speed build with some fencing and flowers and trees and bushes as usual. And I'm just trying to make it very natural looking and lush, so I'm kind of trying to use different tree heights and different flower colors. I'm kind of going for pink, white, and yellow flowers in the front of my island. However, once you reach the secret garden, I kind of want the color palette to change a little bit, just to make a division between the front of the island and the actual secret gardens itself. So I guess that's an overall description of what I'm going for, and I'm just really excited to be working on this finally. Now that I have all the greenery pretty much planted, I thought it would be really fun to create a little stream that surrounds the grandmother's cottage. So I'm building out a little river here, winding through these trees, and I actually received quite a bit of questions from you guys asking how I usually go about my terraforming and waterscaping, and I kind of just go with the flow. I feel like especially when I'm creating very small rivers like this, I usually try to keep it 2 tiles wide, and I just try to add as many curves as possible to make it very natural looking. So hopefully you kind of get a little idea of how I accomplish this by watching this video and seeing how I'm going about it, but I kind of just start off with a little small area and add as many curves as I mentioned around and wind it in a direction that I want it to flow into. But I'm kind of just creating a mini island, I guess, with this water surrounding the house, and I'm just surrounding it with more trees because, as I mentioned, I want it to be very tucked in and cozy. So next I'm kind of outlining where I want my house to be. If I were to do this again, honestly, I would probably move my house slightly forward a bit because it is kind of far back, but I really wanted to include this windy dirt road that leads up to the house. So the road ended up turning out a little longer than I expected it to. But you know, it honestly turns out really cute in the end, so I'm okay with it, but it probably would have been nice to have the house a little bit more forward. So after I have all that laid down, I start to place the house, and here is the customization that I went with. Again, it's supposed to be like a little grandmother's cottage, so I wanted it to be very cottagecore looking. So next, I'm going to start planning out some terraforming that's going to surround the house. As I mentioned, I want the secret garden and the front of my island to be two separate locations and areas. So I'm planning on adding a lot of terraforming to divide that area from my resident services and this entrance area. So I just kind of formed a block of terraforming behind my house, and I'm also just extending the river here just to give myself a little guide as to where this river could flow into for the next build. But yeah, and then I'm probably going to plant a tree there in that little spot. So then I come up here on the back cliff behind my house, and I'm just adding different trees with varying heights just to make it again feel very overgrown and lush. I feel like if you're going for a very natural island, it's really great to add different heights of trees to give your island more dimension and make it feel very natural looking. So I think it looks really great, and here is how the house looks in the location. And I just think it's super cute, even though you can't really see most of those trees back there. It's just still nice to know that they're there. And so now I'm kind of just going to fill out this front yard with some more greenery and flowers. I'm just adding very minimal decor here. I really want this island to be centered around flowers and meadows, so I'm keeping my decor pretty light on the items, especially in this front section of the island. So I'm just adding minimal details here in the front yard of this house. But as I'm placing all these items down, I just wanted to check in with you guys and see how you were doing. What things are you guys doing on your islands? What theme are you going for? Any builds you're working on? I love to know what you guys are up to. It's really fun for me to read that. So definitely leave any updates on your guys' islands in the comments. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I am planning on doing some more island tours in the future on the channel. So I'm currently working on a submission form if you guys would like to have your island toured on the channel. I will announce when that is available. It will probably be in the description of my videos once it's up, but I will definitely let you know in a future video when those are available, or possibly post it on my community tab. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But here is the little island that the house sits on, surrounded by this stream. I think it's so pretty, and it's just so aesthetic looking, I think, especially in the morning. And I also added that little snail detail there because it's so cute. I think I'm going to spread those around a bit more throughout the island. And finally, I'm pretty much just adding a few little details throughout the entrance here, adding in a few more flowers, extending the pathing just a little bit to again give myself some structure as to how I can start the next speed build. And that, you guys, leads to the end of today's video. I'm going to show you some clips of the area, and then we'll finally wrap up today's video. And that leads to the end of today's speed build. I truly hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun building it, and I'm just so excited to be working on this island together and doing more speed builds because I've truly missed them. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'd love to have you guys join this community. So with that, you guys, I hope you all have a lovely day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!